The two most important skills to learn in Elden Ring are dodging and knowing when to attack. Delayed attacks are a massive problem in Souls games, so you need to know how to deal with them. The best way to improve these skills is to choose one mini boss in the game and practice on them. In this example, I'll be using a mini boss that is close to the Godric boss fight. So, focusing on dodging, it doesn't really seem to matter what direction you dodge in. When an enemy produces an attack, you can dodge forwards, backwards, or to the side, left or right, and you'll be able to evade the attack. But the real issue here is that a lot of enemies have a diverse set of skills. So some skills will be quick and some skills will be slow. So in some cases, if an enemy is charging an attack, you'll have to hold your dodge and make sure you dodge at the right time, because if you go too early, that attack will connect with you and you'll get hit. And the thing with delayed attacks is that they normally do a large amount of damage, so you've got to be really careful. And then there's the flip side of it, where an enemy will do quick attacks and you've got to dodge quickly. And when you mix this all together, it's really hard to know when you need to hold your dodges and when you need to dodge early, because you're not really quite sure what the enemy is going to do. So you really got to study your enemy and know when you've got to dodge early and when you've got to sort of hold it. And number two, with knowing when to attack, this is equally as important as dodging, because if you dodge at the wrong time, you can be hit by enemy attacks. Some enemies, really all enemies are able to do 2 or 3 attacks at once, so you've got to really know what skill they're doing at certain times so that you can be able to sort of counter it. With this enemy in particular, he has this 3-set attack, which looks very similar to a set of skills where he does 2 attacks at once. And I always seem to kind of get caught up by that, because I think that after the second attack, he's going to start moving, but then he goes into that third swing, which I get caught by. And with this enemy in particular, he seems to be able to do more attacks the closer you are to him. So if you keep your distance, he seems to do less attacks. Like, he'll do 1 attack, and if you jump backwards, he'll sort of do nothing afterwards. But if you're within the vicinity of him, like kind of close to him, he'll do multiple attacks. So if you dodge to the side and you're next to him, he'll do a second attack or even a third attack to follow up from the first one. So depending on how you decide to fight against him, he kind of changes up his fighting style, if that makes any sense. And with a lot of these enemies, it's really hard to stagger them, so your only option really is to dodge. You can block these attacks, but you do tend to take damage, so I'd probably advise just to dodge in any case, because when you're up against great bosses, or no, it's called great enemies in this game, you won't really be able to block their attacks, so dodging is your main attribute. And that's about it.